What's up? This is Antonio. Welcome back to my channel. Now, who's ready for some fighting words? In this video, I want to talk about the final press conference between Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. Really quick, if you like the videos, please take the time right now. Please hit that subscribe button. Also, if you could, the thumbs up button really does help support this channel. And to everyone who writes in and leaves messages, thank you so much for the comments and also the suggestions. So without further ado, let's talk about this. The first thing that I want to talk about is Ryan Garcia. I am so impressed with him. I'm impressed with his confidence. I'm impressed with him truly taking hold of this moment. Because the reality is there's so many people who are doubting Ryan Garcia. And although I said I believe Tank will win, Ryan Garcia has more than an opportunity to win this fight. I've been saying that. I've been saying it for over a year. Ryan Garcia can beat Gervonta Tank Davis. I think the first 4 rounds of the fight highly favors Ryan Garcia. He's going to be fresh. He's going to be sharp. He's fast. He likes to get things moving really quickly. I think as the rounds go by, they favor Gervonta Tank Davis. He's already stated that he wants to take Ryan Garcia into deep waters and drown him. Also, if you look at his recent fights, that's typically what he's been doing with a lot of guys. So I think that's just a new ploy of his, a new tactic of his, that he realizes, although I hit hard, it doesn't have to be over with in the first round. You know, I got 12 rounds to work with. And the reality is, if you're a power puncher, it's easier to disguise that punch or that sequence of punches when you're deep into the rounds as opposed to the first few rounds. Because the first few rounds, you got your jitters and things like that. And not to mention, you just know who you're fighting, so you know something big is coming. So the reality is, it's actually safer as rounds go by because you can mask it, because you can hide it, because you can set a trap. There's so many things that can be done, later as opposed to in the initial rounds because it's expected. I know he hits hard, so he's probably going to rush me or something along those lines. It's expected. But I'm really loving how Ryan Garcia is taking hold of this moment, this fight. And I think this fight is a defining fight for both guys. Tank is the only one speaking about it, but I think it goes for both guys because I'm pretty sure what Tank is getting at. I have a high level of popularity in the sport of boxing right now, but if I defeat Ryan Garcia, that high level of popularity turns into another stratosphere. And then I go from a really popular fighter like an Earl Spence, but then I put myself in the stratosphere of a Canelo Alvarez. And I think that's what he's hinting at. And I agree with him, to be honest with you. I mean, you look at both of them, they both can sell out, pack a house. They both can sell pay-per-view. So I don't doubt what he's saying. However, I don't think that's just for Gervonta Tank Davis. I think it's also for Ryan Garcia. And I think this fight could also catapult him as well. Yes, he's got that notoriety more so outside of the ring than he does inside of the ring. And I think if he defeats Gervonta Tank Davis, I think that gives him that same notoriety inside of the ring. That's what I'm saying. And I think it does put him in that realm of the Canelo sphere. Because that's what it is. You have regular fighters, then you have guys who move the needle, those are like the Earl Spences and the Charlos and the Deontay Wilders. They move needles, and then you have a third layer, and that's a Canelo sphere. That's what you have, and there was a Floyd Mayweather sphere, there was a Manny Pacquiao sphere, there's a Canelo sphere. And both of these guys want to ascend to that. They're already on that level with the Deontay Wilders and, the Earl Spences, the guys who move needles, Charlos, the guys who move needles. They're already on that level. The Triple Gs, the guys who are on that level. They want to get up here. And this is the fight that I do believe could catapult them to that level. And like I said, I'm just really appreciating Ryan Garcia really coming into his own. And the last press conference, I don't feel his confidence. I didn't feel as if his confidence was as high as Gervonta Tank Davis. But in this last press conference, in this final press conference, I was so impressed with his confidence. I was so impressed with his self-esteem. I was so impressed with how well he put his words together. I was so impressed with the words that he chose. Because he's speaking as somebody who's claiming his moment, not just acknowledging his moment, not just saying, well, this is a defining moment for me, but he's speaking like somebody who's claiming his moment. That's different from, I see what this moment could be for me. And someone saying, this is my moment. I will take it by the horns. I will take full advantage of this moment. And you saw that in this final press conference. And I got to tell you, he's graduated and he's passed a lot of tests just in that final press conference alone. And it was weird to me that Gervonta Tank Davis was the one who wasn't as chatty. Now, you could chalk that up to a few reasons. Maybe he's just tired of talking. You know how press conferences go. You've been talking for so long. You've been training for 8 weeks, 9 weeks. So you're just ready to go. You don't even talk anymore. If the fight's already sold, the tickets are already sold, everything's already done. All we got to do is just show up on time, be on weight, and do what we do the following day. That's it, because the fight is already sold. So it could just simply be that with Gervonta Tank Davis. But I saw Ryan Garcia rise to a new level, and I am very pleased with his demeanor. There was a point in time where it just seemed like he wanted a big fight so he could cash out. Now it looks like, I want this big fight so I can show you all that I'm serious and I am the real deal. And I have more things to prove after this big fight. Then you look at, I also want to touch on a few other things. Gervonta Tank Davis telling Ryan Garcia, don't bring your mother, don't bring your daughter. This is going to be violent. Don't bring them. But he's also stated that he's not bringing his daughter. He's not bringing his mother. That's what he said. He said, this is not the fight for that. This is not the fight. He understands and recognizes what he has in front of him. He keeps saying, Ryan Garcia, all you got is a left hook. But he understands and he recognizes what's in front of him, which is why he's not bringing his daughter. He's not bringing his mother, because he doesn't need the distraction. And he doesn't want his mother to see the level of pain that he might have to go through on Saturday night. And kudos to him as well for acknowledging that. And it's so, well, one more big thing, the mention of spies in camp. Anybody who knows anything about Floyd Mayweather knows that he's no stranger to having spies in a camp. He's no stranger. Mayweather Promotions in general is no stranger to employing spies, moles in camps to see what their opponents are doing. Now, it does a few things. One, it could give you the heads up on, what the game plan is, which obviously you'd like to know that. Two, it could boost your confidence. Three, you can know what he's doing, but more importantly, what he's not doing. You can know if there's distension in the camp. You can know if the sparring partners are getting the better of your opponent. There's so many things that you can find out. So it's interesting, I hear Leonard and they're all giggling on their on Tank's side. And it's just like, we know what's going on. We know what's going on over there, and it doesn't look too good for you. But again, Ryan Garcia really impressed me. He said, you can watch me train tonight if it makes you feel any better. That's not going to stop what's going to happen. Now, as I've stated in my fight breakdown and prediction, yes, I do believe Gervonta Tank Davis is going to win. But this fight turns from 50-50 to 60-40 once we hit the seventh round in favor of Gervonta Tank Davis. But I truly believe the first 4 rounds, it's any man's game. And when I say any man, it's a 50-50 fight. Ryan Garcia has the size. Ryan Garcia has the speed. Ryan Garcia has the power. And they can say all he has is a left hook. But you know what? There's something beautiful about simplicity. I don't have to look around. What am I going to do? Scratch my head. I wonder what I'm going to do. No, I only have one weapon. I know what I'm going to do. I only have one weapon. I know exactly what I'm going to do. There's something great about simplicity. You don't have to think that hard. I only have one weapon, supposedly. I think Gervonta Tank Davis is sleeping on that overhand. right, of Ryan Garcia. I also think he's sleeping on those jabs that could pepper him up. But we'll just have to wait and see. Overall, I think it was a great press conference and very telling. But the shift has already turned. And I hope you feel that, because I felt that. The shift has turned. And it is truly a 50-50 fight at this point. It is truly a 50-50 fight. Ryan Garcia believes it with all his heart, his mind, and his soul. We already knew Gervonta Tank Davis believed it, but now that Ryan Garcia believes it fully, yeah, he called for the fight, but he wasn't speaking like this before. This is his moment. This is his moment to solidify himself as a true warrior, and he's looking forward to it. And I got to tell you, I am truly looking forward to this fight. And that's all I have for this video. Please like, please share, please subscribe to the channel. Drop your comments down below.